Hey, how's it going? I've said it before a couple times, but the theme of this channel, I think the videos I've been making over the past year, I guess, or a couple months, has been change. The past couple years of my life have been more different than any other time of my life. And I think because of that, I've been feeling a lot of new things, going through a lot of new experiences, and I've kind of been cataloging how I've been feeling and my thought processes a little bit on this channel. I never go really into deep detail. I never divulge personal information other than just basic feelings, but it's been therapeutic in a way. Maybe that's not exactly healthy, and I don't know if my therapist would recommend that, but it's made me feel better. And it is also an art of a way. I like editing the audio, I like making the thumbnails. And I think one thing that I debate with myself a lot is the struggle worth the end? Are the means worth the ends? Is it worth struggling to maybe go through school to get the career you want? Is it worth struggling on a job maybe you don't like to get a comfortable life? These are things that I'm asking myself a lot recently. And you can apply this to not even just jobs, right? I think you can apply this to a lot of things. Is it worth struggling in a game that I'm bad at so that I can climb higher elos? But I think I've also been thinking this in terms of the larger picture. Reconnecting with people is something that I've talked about a billion times at this point. I won't get too much into, but one thing I was asking myself is it worth bringing up these old wounds and talking to these people who may not want to hear from me to maybe fix this relationship? And in some cases, it has been worth it. But I think there are other cases where I haven't really seen the goal yet. I haven't seen the end that I've been looking for. And it's really hard not to question and be extremely wary the entire way through. Trying to cover this without, I think, getting into too much detail is hard. But, when I graduated high school, it took me a long time to think about what do I actually want to do? Is college the next step? Or do I just work right away? Do I really focus on a hobby of mine and try to do that as my full-time job as a freelancer? Or, just straight into the workforce in whatever, career that hobby is in? These are things that I really, really just, I couldn't stop thinking about. And it took me a really long time to even come close to answering that. And to be honest, I still kind of have no idea. I'm still in the process of figuring out if the path I'm choosing is worth it. It's really scary. And I'm being completely 100% transparent. I'm really scared about kind of making the wrong decision. And, what if I spend 4 years in college and I don't like where I end up? What if I go straight into the workforce and absolutely hate my life and hate what I'm doing and I'm not in a good spot financially or mentally? These are all thoughts that I'm thinking about. There isn't really a concrete answer that I feel I can come to. I kind of have to hope that the light at the end of this tunnel is worth it. That's, I'm in this dark tunnel right now, but I see the light. I can feel the warmth of the light touching my skin. Hypothetically, is it worth it? And I don't know. And it's really worrying and it's really scary and I don't really know how to feel about it. I think that, though, one thing that has made me feel better is a lot of things that I had to work for and that I have gotten over the past couple years that were good have come from me struggling and have come from me kind of thugging it out, whatever you want to call it, really pushing through and working through these uncomfortable times. Because I think I'm someone who's very prone to procrastinating, for example, and waiting until the last second to get things done. Sure, procrastinating, I might be more relaxed, but at the end, I'm going to get a bad grade on whatever project, for example, I had to do. Or if I'm at work and I'm not really trying as hard, I might get docked a little bit and, shit on by my boss, for example. So I guess it's just kind of debating whether or not short-term struggle for long-term goals is worth it, or is it more worth it to just kind of have a more leisurely life and maybe not super enjoy it, but you're comfortable. I don't know what I prefer or really what I want, and it is just a long waiting time or whatever. It'll be a long time until I ever figure it out. If I ever figure it out, who knows? Maybe I'll just struggle my whole life and never get anywhere. Or maybe I'll make it big or I'll get lucky and I can be comfortable for my whole life, who knows? But it's not really worth, I think, thinking about that. I think what's kind of just kept me going is not thinking about that. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if it's worth constantly thinking about the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, what do I have now? What do I enjoy right now? What is helping me right now? What is not helping me right now? You know, what negative habits do I have? What positive habits do I have? In the moment is really important, while also keeping in mind the goals I have for the future. I do have goals for the future. I have relatively loose goals. I mean, I guess one I don't mind sharing is this YouTube channel. I would love to grow this and continue to do it. I think one of my projects over this year was getting more consistent with doing YouTube videos, because if you are one of the very few people who has actually been here for a while, you know I have been very not consistent, very all over the place. I never really made any sort of specific type of content, nor have I been consistent with uploading. And I've seen a little bit of reward from being consistent, even if it's, you know, not completely consistent. You know, I was uploading weekly, and now I'm doing now I'm kind of doing 1 to every 3 weeks. But, you know, it has been one of my goals that I've been working on. I think another thing that makes it difficult is that this is something that it's hard to get advice from people. You know, I've tried to reach out to my other friends, who all, of course, are the same age as me and are also kind of going through similar things, so they don't have an answer. You know, I reach out to adults, and they don't have an answer, you know, especially if, you know, like a lot of adults, let's be honest, maybe don't like their job, maybe don't like where they are in life, and they won't necessarily have the most positive answer to give you. Yeah, it's hard finding advice on, I think, existential stuff like this, because I think very few people have it figured out. And I hope that one day I can figure it out. I hope that one day this will all be worth it, I guess. It's kind of just whatever. I don't mean to get too existential or deep, because that's not really, you know, I'm stupid. I'm an idiot, like I say a lot. But yeah, I don't know. Just stuff I've been thinking about. Thank you guys so much for watching. The support has been really great recently. I've been appreciating it a lot lately. So I'm trying to upload more consistently, but, you know, I got a lot going on, so it's hard to find the time to actually sit down and organize my thoughts and record stuff like this. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and see ya.